blog post 20, and in this blog post I'm going to showcase you the flow of project information across the various processes that are being used in managing the project. So let's start. So first thing first, that there are many project processes that are being used by project in order to complete its goal. For example, then scope management is a process, collecting the requirement is the process, defining the scope is a process, controlling the costs that are related to the project is a process. Then then monitor the risk is another process. So there are many processes that are related to the process, and when the project is under execution, these processes are in their flow of execution. So when these processes are getting executed, then they generate many updates that are related to the project documents. So for example, there is a scope management plan that is created for that is actually created and is related to the scope of the project. So if there is, during execution, if there is any change in the scope document, it will be related to like it will be, it is required to be updated, right? So so during the executing the process, it generates some work performance data. That work performance data is then further fed into controlling processes of the project. These controlling processes basically process that information and generate the work performance information. Now, here you need to understand that the data is basically a raw kind of raw information, whereas work performance information is basically an information which is kind of like an understandable information related to the project. That work performance information goes to overall project control. It could be your PMO. That overall project control board basically analyze that information, dissect that information, and generate work performance reports. These work performance reports are required to be communicated. So using the various project communication methodologies, that information is provided to the team members and stakeholders that are related to the project, that are actually related to the project. Now, this information is also provided to the project change control. Here, I mean work performance report. Now, why do we need that? Like during the execution of the project, there might be some kind of like cost changes that are required, scope changes that are required to be done, schedule changes that are required to be done, or like some kind of risks that are identified. And now you need to work according to those new circumstances, right? So the project change control board, that information is actually fed into project change control as a request, and then that project change control board actually feed that information into the project processes as per their new requirement. That information also goes to the project communication board or the project communication methodologies that project is following in order to update the team members and stakeholders. Now, this whole loop continues until the project is succeeded or it is failed. So I hope so that you have understood the project data information and its related report flow. Now, moving towards our start question. So the question for the today is, work performance data is an input for, first option is controlling processes, second option is project control, third option is project process, and fourth option is stakeholder. Now, don't forget to answer the correct option